everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today we're continuing on with our Disneyland Paris series, and today it's all about the food. We are going to two restaurants, one at Disneyland Paris and one here at Walt Disney Studios that are kind of hard to get a reservation for. But we got lucky and we got both. So we are going to be taking you on a tour and letting you know what we got and what we thought. So come along with us on this episode of
The Walker Chronicles. And first up is Bistrot Chez Rémy at Walt Disney Studios Park. Yes.
Yes, okay, so you have to remember after crossing the line on the floor, you'll become as small as the Chef Remy.
Oh.
You will shrink. Can you see the difference?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wallpaper.
We're tiny.
They are tiny.
At the top of the jelly jar. They're playing. And the lights are Christmas lights.
Yes,
Like they
they are.
have at Adventures Campus.
Yeah.
They're cute. Look at these. These are like champagne. Like the toppers with the cage.
So we have a cocktail umbrella stuck through the lid of a jelly jar, which is now a table. Aw, how cute. So for my meal, I ordered the Gusteau menu, and for my starter, I had the seasonal soup with laughing cow, cheese, and mixed herbs. So the seasonal soup that I had was fantastic. It was a light green color, and I still don't know exactly what it was. Probably a vegetable-based soup, but then it had a large chunk of laughing cow seasoned cheese in there that was melting into the soup as you ate it. So every time you got a little hunk of that cheese along with the soup, it added a nice tanginess to it. But it was a very delicious soup, and that's perfect for a day like today where it's really cold and rainy. I got the beef fillet with the béarnaise sauce, rare. All right, so now I'm going to try my fillet of beef. It looks like it was cooked to perfection. The steak is amazingly tender. It is cooked exactly what I asked for, which was rare, and they know how to do rare. It's not medium rare, it is very rare, but it tastes amazing. The steak is seasoned, it has salt on it, the béarnaise sauce is fantastic, and it obviously came with some fries. Well, of course I grabbed the one that was stuck, and it's a very good French fry. No, this is a great steak dinner is what this is. I would definitely get this again. And for dessert, I ordered the warm tart. Sounds delicious. All right, I'm gonna try my tart, and I will tell you, ever since they put this down, the smell has got me just salivating. I don't even know what the smell is, but it's absolutely amazing. So, and they drew a cute little pumpkin and a tombstone on it. So, let's try this thing. They're apples, and they are sugary, and they're firm yet a little give, like cooked apples. Absolutely delicious. I think they're apples. Maybe they're pears. I don't know. They're delicious is what they are. This is something everybody has to have in their life. Fly to Paris and have this dessert.
And I also ordered the Gusto menu, although I ordered the duck, pistachio, and horns of plenty, pâté en croûte with chignon wine jelly. So I had the duck pâté, and it was en croûte is what they call it. So it's in a bread shell, seasoned perfectly. The shell of it was nicely flaky. They did have little pistachios as a little bit of a texture on the side, which you could dip your pâté into. And then also it had a red wine reduction, which was amazing. Nice and sweet with a little bit of a tang. It just was perfect on the duck pâté. I would definitely get it again. And for my main course, I ordered the sea bass fillet with ratatouille, crushed potatoes with olive oil, porcini mushrooms, and star anise for blanc sauce. I am going to try my sea bass. I'm going to put a little bit of blanc sauce on it. The sea bass is seasoned really lightly, but it's really flaky and really moist. The blanc sauce just adds that extra punch of flavor, that extra layer that it didn't really even need, but it's nice to have. Let's try these potatoes. Those potatoes seasoned perfectly. The creamy parts of the potato are super creamy, but they did leave in little bits of potato that are still fork tender. I think they kind of took half of the potatoes out and smoothed them out really with a chignon or a ricer, and then added back those extra pieces, because there's no way you can get that kind of texture, that perfect blend, without doing that. So this is awesome. Let's try this ratatouille. Well, you don't name a restaurant after a ride called Ratatouille if you can't do ratatouille well. This is excellent. The eggplant, the way it's cooked, it's not slimy at all. The taste of tomato in there. This is excellent for theme park dining. Even if it wasn't in a theme park, if you took it out and it was a standalone restaurant. And for my dessert, I went with the cheese course, which is the cheese delight with truffle. It's raw milk brie with mew, topped with double cream cheese and summer truffles. Time for my cheese dessert. Dessert. When can you get dessert that's cheese back home? I don't know, but I'm doing it here because I love cheese. Let's try this. And this is a brie cheese, one of my all-time favorites. Ooh. Smush that on there. This little breadstick, it's all nice and soft. Oh, fromage. It's a wonderful thing. Chris and I have a favorite triple cream brie at home. It's like butter. This kicks that one's butt all over the place. I would definitely eat here for sure. So our next stop's going to be at Captain Jack's at Disneyland Paris.
Wow. This is an amazing restaurant. And if you look down here, you'll see the water running by, which is for the rides of Pirates of the Caribbean. See if we can catch a boat coming by here. So before you get seated, you have to check your weapons. You can see there's a lot of really shady characters in here by the amount of guns and swords.
First time, Captain Jack.
Yes.
Yes. Welcome.
Thank you.
First checkpoint, you have to leave all your weapons here. Yes.
Oh.
Or you have to hide it
Or you have to hide it?
Pretend that I didn't see it.
Okay, we just didn't see
I know
it.
it's here somewhere, but I'll keep it hidden.
If you're looking at any moment, you're looking for the toilet, you be just there.
Okay.
Not in the river, please. You don't know what's inside. Oh, it's at your own risk.
Okay.
So here it is. Welcome.
All right, thank you. Here's the view from our table. You can see off over there is actually Pirates of the Caribbean ride. This is obviously a very similar setup to Blue Bayou, but with quite a bit different theming.
Although the reservations here are just as hard to get.
Yes,
it took
they
me a
are.
long time, and thank goodness for the time difference, because when they're asleep, the reservations opened up. So I got really lucky to get a reservation here, just like Blue Bayou. And I went with the Pirate's Treasure menu, which is a starter, main course, and dessert. For my starter, I went with the chopped smoked chicken with green papaya and pickled vegetables. For my main course, I went with the oven-baked mahi-mahi fish steak. And for my dessert, I went with the island-style rice pudding. For my cocktail, I went with the pina colada. Right. Now for my starter, has all this slaw, which is delicious. It looks so yummy. Let's get to this chicken. Ooh, wow. That just fell apart. Let's give this a shot. This is really nice, really fresh tasting. The slaw up on top, nice and crunchy. The chicken underneath is super tender and flavorful. And then there's some lettuce that they've dressed with some vinaigrette. This is a really good starter. It's a lot because it comes with my meal set. I wouldn't necessarily want to share this, I would say, but it is a big enough portion that you can share it. Pina colada time. This is nice. You can taste the rum, but you can also taste the coconut and the pineapple juice. This is a nice mix. I want to start with this pineapple just to give it a little bit of an acid to it, but this is really good. I would definitely do this again. The mixologist behind the bar knows what he's doing. All right, let's try this mahi-mahi fish. Nice big piece. So that fish, incredibly tender, just flakes like super easily. The sauce that it's in is kind of a tomato base with a little bit of coconut. I would say just a hint more seasoning. If I had a salt shaker, kind of douse it just a little bit. But it tastes really nice. It's nicely balanced as far as flavors goes. Just needs a little bit more salt, but it's good. Let's try this rice. Okay. It is cooked well. It has little black beans in it, and it's got a Caribbean taste to it. Maybe not particularly to my liking, but if you like Caribbean seasoning in your rice, then you'll love this. Overall, if I was rating this dish, give it maybe 3.5. Just a little salt. Everything just needs a little bit of salt. I hope this is good. I love all pudding. Bread pudding, rice pudding, chocolate pudding. Hopefully, texture and taste-wise, it's there. Let's check it out. Looks good. This is really good. But I will say the scoop of rice pudding is ice cold. It would be 100 times better. Not that it's not good, but it would be a lot better if it was at least room temperature. But flavor profile wise, it tastes really well. It's smooth, well, creamy and smooth with little bits of pieces of rice in there, but the rice is not hard. it melts as soon as your tongue kind of presses to it. There is like a fruit compote to it, a mango and kind of coconut taste. It complements it really well, and there's a sprinkling of brown sugar on top that adds a really nice kind of a crunchy texture to it when you bite into it, and you kind of chew on it. You can taste the granules. You can kind of get that little bit of a crunch to the granules. Overall, it's really good. I just wish it was a little warmer.
For my starter, I ordered the cod fritters with fried cassava, tamarind sauce, and a Creole cabbage salad. All right, now let's try one of these cod fritters. That's really good. The dough is nice and a little bit chewier than a normal fritter, but it's got a great flavor. There's actually hints of spice in there as well. I can feel it already. You can taste the cod, which is a little bit fishy sometimes, but this is really good. Well, no, I really enjoyed this. This is a great appetizer. And for my cocktail, I went with the original Bacardi Mojito. All right, let's give this mojito a try. That's really good. You can taste the mint. You can taste the rum. This is a great cocktail. It's exactly what I expected it to be. For my entree, I ordered the slow-roasted suckling pig with grilled aubergine and squash. All right, so now I'm going to try this roasted pig. It looks delicious. Incredibly flavorful. It's really good. It's got like a gravy on it as well. And it's got these little fried bits of, I'm not sure what they are. Maybe little fried onions on top of it as well. This is a great, great dish. I also looks like you got the same rice that Marina got, so I'll give that a shot. I know the seasoning that Marina's talking about. It's not my favorite as well, but it's fine. It's fine. I really like the pork though. I would highly recommend it just for that, for the meat portion. It's really good. On a scale from 1 to 5, I would say this would be a good solid 4. All right, so we just finished up our dinner at Captain Jack's. I would say overall it was an okay meal experience. Definitely not our best. Our best was over at Chez Rémy, but it was a decent meal. The environment is great, the atmosphere is great, and the food was just okay.
Service is a little slow.
Yeah, definitely very slow. I don't know if it's from a staffing issue, but yeah, service was slow. The best part about it is just the environment that you're in. But the drinks were good. Yeah. I enjoyed our cocktails. But
and if you come here, just bring a little salt shaker with you. That's my only advice.
Yeah, a little seasoning. Now, a lot of people are comparing this to the Blue Bayou, because that would be the direct comparison. Blue Bayou all the way.
Yeah, hands down.
Hands down, Blue Bayou is a better experience than this one is. So.
And if you have to choose between Captain Jack's and Bistrot Chez Rémy, Bistrot Chez Rémy, definitely.
100%. Just a much better food and a better experience overall.
So we hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure you hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe to our channel, as it really helps our channel grow. And until next time, we will see you on the next episode of
The Walker Chronicles.